chatbot, I mean universal language chatbot. Okay, good, nice. Okay, so this session will be useful for you, right? So how to create this chatbot, so how to leverage the chatbot. Not for, I mean, not for others, I'm not saying that, but I'll tell you how to use Node.js, React.js and all that, because I'm just seeing that use cases. I don't know because, okay, that's a bit challenging and I know that, but I'll help you out what are the tools that you can use it to actually build the MVPs and then like present it tomorrow. Okay? Yeah. So nothing much on the introduction. So they gave a lot of introduction on mine. Yeah. So today, what I'm going to leverage today is like how many of you are aware of the LLMs? Okay. Can you name a few? Louder, guys. You need to wait for till tomorrow evening, right? Right? You leave today evening 4 o'clock and come back tomorrow? No, right? So you need to be energetic. Don't mind, faculty will not say anything. Right? So they are leaving. Okay. Okay. Yeah, to make you just energetic, guys. I'm not your teacher. Let's make it interactive. Okay. Because people are there in the other rooms also. I wanted to make sure everyone at least learn something today before you are stepping out. Not apart from only building something. Okay, that's my aim for today. Okay, so you said like that's a good answer. Yes, ChatGPT is a LLM model, but ChatGPT is not the model. Okay, so GPT-4 is the model. GPT 4.0 is the model. GPT-5 now is the model. Right. So you need to. The reason why I'm asking you this question is the LLMs. People say ChatGPT is a LLM. No, that's not right. And some people say Copilot is LLM. That's not even right. So you should be very, very clear about the terminologies that you use when you do at least at your interviews. So that's why I'm asking you. Okay. So I'll be showing you something today which is very interesting. So how to create your own chatbots. So how many of you really wanted to create a chatbot for your college? Apart from your hackathon. That's great. Okay. So you can do that in next 1 hour if you are listening to this, with all the inputs, with no code. Okay, so that's the assurance I can give you for today. Yeah. So how many of you are heard about the agents part? Can someone tell me what is the difference between chatbot and the agent, or at least the model and the agent? No, not right, exactly. So basically, see, I will tell you use case so that you will understand more. So what is NLP? When you heard about the chatbots, right? So there are 3 different ways. So one is you heard about the NLP based chatbots. That's like when you are in your, at least in your first years of first or in your intermediate. So you used to see appointment bots, right? So basically, I'll take a use case. If you want to book an appointment from Apollo or any hospital that you wanted to book an appointment, there are certain chatbots which keeps on asking you questions. You answer it, submit the questions, and then it creates an appointment. So that's what the traditional chatbot is. That's called as NLP model, NLP bot. And now the industry changed into AI and everyone are leveraging the models, and now it turns into the conversational bots. For example, the ChatGPT. So you ask anything with your English language, so it answers you. So you ask anything, even the bullshit also, so it answers you very politely, right? So that's it. However you wanted to ask the chatbot so that it answers your questions, right? So that's where the difference between NLP and the agent and the LLM models or the conversational bots is. And now comes to the agent. So agent is something like, for example, let me take a same use case, Apollo appointments. Okay. So if I wanted to book an appointment, I'll search for Apollo bot. I will talk to my bot in a way that I want to book an appointment for so and so date and with so and so doctor. Directly in a single message, it creates your appointment, right? But what difference that agent is doing? So once your appointment is created, So it should basically say somewhere, right? Otherwise, hospitals will not know whether your appointment is confirmed or not. Correct or not? And once you step into the hospital and they say, who are you? Where is your appointment book? So it's no matter what, right? So there is a CRM which everyone has it. So that could be their SQL, that could be their any of the databases. And also the second important thing on the customer side is when you're booking an appointment, you're paying some amount, you should get this confirmation. So now what agent is doing here is when you're booking an appointment, so after all your details are filled, so basically it asks you for the confirmation. Soon you confirm it, so it sends a trigger to hospital along with the user as well. This is just a small example that I'm telling you here, but there are n number of examples that you can play across on agents. Right? So hope you got some idea what is agent and what is chatbot. Yes or no? Okay. Alright, so let me go back. So you are telling many things, Ritesh. So how can I build really the bots? So I don't have knowledge in coding because I'm a student. This is what your question is, right? So there is something called Copilot Studio. Excuse me, can I have a mic? I don't like this standing in one place. So there is a tool called Copilot Studio, which is part of Power Platform Tools, which is done by Microsoft, where you don't really need to code anything to create your chatbot or to create any of the agents that you are talking about, right? So that's where this Copilot Studio comes in. So when you talk about Copilot, so you will have idea of what is Copilot doing. So can someone tell what is this Copilot? Is the same as ChatGPT or any examples? Or what is this Copilot is all about? Yeah, you can tell anything, whatever you want. I'm that's because I need conversation. Okay, forget. So ChatGPT, similar one is this Copilot, but I wanted to make sure one thing, guys, because when you are talking about lot of tools that are there, like ChatGPT, Copilot, now Gemini, so whatever tools that you are using, every tool has its own purpose, right? So if you are asking something personal or some public information, ChatGPT give you the best, but Copilot will not give you the best, because Copilot will give you the best in terms of coding, right? So every tool in AI have its own purpose, its own problem statements, what you are doing today, right? So when you are using any tools, don't blame that like ChatGPT or Copilot is not giving me the best, because maybe you are not using the right tool, and more or less AI is still learning, so it's still evolving. So don't expect 100% accuracy from AI tools. So that's the second thing. And yeah, so what I'm telling about the Copilot here is, so when I'm talking about Copilot Studio, when I'm talking about the Copilot Studio, when everyone feel like Copilot and Copilot Studio is same. No, that's why I wanted to bring it to you, this point. So Copilot Studio is something, for example, if I wanted to build a Copilot, I mean, my own bot basically. So, but there is an option you can integrate that to Copilot, okay? So, but that's not same as it to Copilot. So Copilot is something, it acts on a public data that is available. So if you wanted to really use the that's okay, fine. Okay, so all right. It's coming. Okay. So the agent is something where you are building whatever you want and then integrating that to Copilot. So that's what it is. Okay. So there are already some existing Copilots which are available right now. So that is when you are browsing on Bing browser, you have a Copilot which is enabled, right? And when you are using any Power Apps, PowerPoint presentations or PPTs or Word documents or your Excel documents. So basically, you have already integrated with ChatGPT or Copilots already. So what does it mean is like they are specifically trying on, for example, let me take a use case of Word document. So the Copilot which is enabled on the Word document is trained on Word related information. Like for example, if I want to design a template, so how I need to put that across on the Word document. So that's an agent basically. So there are already agents available with Microsoft already, and there are agents available for all the third-party companies like EY is giving leveraging a lot of Copilot, and also there are a lot of so there are a lot of companies like SharePoint is leveraging, and then Salesforce is leveraging the Copilot Studio. Copilot use cases. Alright, so now I'm going in detail, so I'll just give you next 4 slides about the Copilot Studio. Basically, Copilot Studio, I told you, we don't really need to use any coding, right? So you see the interface of the Copilot Studio. If you see here, there is a search option which is available on the top. So where you can directly give your English language. You don't really need to do anything. If I want to create your college website, college ChatGPT or college chatbot, right? So you can directly say, I want to create a chatbot for my college, and that's it. Click on send, and it creates your ChatGPT. And then the second stage is when you are asking about your college, you should not give you Malaradi College data, right? So you should give only about your college. So what you have to do is you have to have, there are 3 main components here. So one thing is the knowledge. So you need to be very much careful on what you are training your chatbot on. And the second thing is what are the, will it should, instructions is the second thing. Basically, if I'm asking about Vjit and I can say you should only act on Vjit, not everything, not every data. So that's the other thing where you wanted to put. And into industry, right? So if I'm building a chatbot, so this is how this will be helpful for me in terms of getting a job or when I'm into the job. So how can I tell my company or interviewer? So I have created a bot and where it is really working on. So these are all the industries that across which are available in any organization. So you can create your chatbots in terms of creating the sales. Like you have a sales division where marketing where people talk to customers, get the projects and all. You can create bots for the sales. You can create bots for the developers also. For example, I wanted to talk more about this as a developer because right now you wanted to use or create an application here, right? So there are a lot of AI tools like Lovable. How many of you use Lovable or both? Yeah, I know everyone uses it. Yeah, so there are a lot of tools that they give it, but the thing that I seen in the problem statement is there is a cursor where you can use for backend coding because that problem statements talk more about front-end and back-end coding. So you can use the Lovable or Bold.new to front-end and then cursor for the back-end purpose. And you can leverage those tools for your problem statements. And we are accepting that as a mentor. So, and even Azure data community is also, developer community is also accepting it. So you can leverage AI tools. And the second thing is like all the other departments also, like customer service, knowledge workers. Knowledge workers are nothing but like your HR, IT guys, like they do a lot of work, right? So that all can be automated. So let me tell you about this part. So Even I'm talking in my introduction, so I told you the use case is very important, right? So when you are doing something, the use case is very important. When you are building anything, not only just this chatbot, but whenever you are building something, so the conversation, I mean, you have to design the flow first and then start doing it, because every use case have their own idea, right? So when you start somewhere and then think, oh, this could be also the other idea, because there are 4 problem statements, I guess, right? Right? So 4 problem statements, how many teams are here? I guess there are 400 or 300 teams. I mean, 400 people are working on that. So every item is same. It's already defined. So what is the uniqueness that you are going to bring in? That's very important. So because your friend may be doing the same what you are doing, right? So what you should always think in a way, if my solution is the, like I'm presenting it for the jury, so what you have to think is, where you really need, what is the unique selling point of your product. So that's the important thing. Think in a way that how you implement that with AI, or put AI into the application, because I have not gone through the use cases properly, okay, because I just see that. So think in a way that where you can put AI on top of it, or so how smart that you can think of those solutions that you can think of it. Okay. Alright, so I told you we can build any of the chatbots with coding, right? Without coding, right? So there are not only just with English language, there are also predefined templates on the Copilot Studio where you can use it. And there's third way is you can create with drag and drop options, that's Canvas. And the fourth thing is you can use code still if you are pro in codes. Okay. Okay, so you can see how we can leverage this. Maybe I removed that video. That's okay. Yeah, fine. This is the last slide that I'm going to show you today, because not killing your time and my time. So these are the important things that you need to be careful about when you're developing it. The first thing is the instructions. So what you're building, there should be within instructions, right? So instructions is the first thing that you will be putting it in the overview. Right here, if you see, there is instructions here. You have to put your instructions there. And then the second thing is knowledge. Go to the knowledge section and then put all the links, public links that are available. You can see it down, which is available. And the third thing is topics. Now it is renamed. Topics is something like if you want to enhance the UI of the chatbots. For example, let me show you the image. Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to book a chatbot for my flight tickets. Then my response should be shown like this. Okay, so that should be like this. So what you have to do is you have to create a topic, which I showed you. So you can customize all the UI related responses, and you can create the appearance for it. Okay, so next, going back. And then the actions. Now actions are replaced with agents, because this is the older slide I have. So actions now, if you open your Copilot Studio, you will see the agent option near the actions. So I told you, right? So you can actually build your own agents on top of actions. That is, for example, I told you there are a lot of actions that can be performed, like for example, integrating an email, sending an email, or passing your data to any SQL data or any databases, or even you can pass it to the SharePoint also, that's unstructured data. And finally, the channels, if you see the right top corner, so that's a channel. So you can ask me a question like, I am done with creating a chatbot, right? So now what is the stage that I have, what is the step that I have to do? So it should be, everyone cannot come to your Copilot Studio and use it, right? So basically you need to put it on your website, ultimately, if you are building any chatbot for your college. So basically you need to put that on any of the platform. That could be your website, that could be your WhatsApp, that could be your Instagram or Facebook or Telegram. So you can integrate that with a few little steps with this channel section. With a few little steps, you can directly integrate that or deploy that onto any of these channels. Okay, so this is the actions. Now it is replaced with agents. So these are all the actions that you can do. So when someone, there are a lot of like 4,000 plus actions that are available. So you can actually work on it. Yeah, so I leave it to the questions now. But before that, I just wanted to tell you what is coming next with the agents. So that is autonomous agents. When you like when you wanted to know about autonomous agents, so what is the core thing that you are think of? So what is autonomous? Sorry. Correct. So that's your EV car that your Tesla, right? So everyone knows Tesla is an autonomous vehicle. So the same way, if you wanted to put it across the agents also, I'll take a use case here. So how many of you order things in Amazon? Right. So how many of you refunded it and chatted with your customer support agents in fed up? What is the answer? They say like when any refund needs to be coming to you, but it's not refunded. So they will you will connect with them, put lot of messages. Hey, what is this? You took my money like that, and then they simply say, sir, we will do it in 24 to 48 hours. You'll get it in 24 to 48 hours, right? So because that they have to do that because that's a document which is provided to them. They have to review it and then give that answer to you. For that, do you really think some autonomous feature can be implemented here? Yes or no? Because they are just seeing the document and giving you the answers, right? So here the autonomous agents comes in. For example, if I am a user, I wanted to refund my get a refund, right? So then what I'm going to do is I'll drop a mail to the customer support team. So stating that I need to get the refund, but I have not received it. Then I'll create an autonomous agent where if any mail comes to that particular email, so you should respond. This is not working on a chatbot. So it's completely automated. When you receive an email, so stating that regarding my, you put a subject line as regarding my refund. So what it happens is like when it reads the subject and then the like whatever text that it has, I mean, the body of your email, and then understands that, process the data, put whatever 24 to 48 hours use case is there, put that information, send it to you. So there is a lot of manual efforts got reduced, right? So that is the next future that is coming in. So it's already started, but going forward, you're going to see a lot of autonomous agents who is coming and doing a lot of autonomous work that is happening in any of the industry. And these are some of the use cases where basically, because why I'm showing you all this is to make sure you are close to industry, what are the problems that you can actually solve it, and then pitch this to your interviewer when he is here so that you get a right job. Right? So that's my intention. And yeah, so there is one more tool that is evolving now in Microsoft, that is Azure AI Foundry. So I told you you can actually code it also, right? So it's not about drag and drop things and use it. So finally, you can actually use these APIs or whatever models that you want. For example, if you wanted to use ChatGPT, I mean GPT-4, GPT-5, or Llama models, whatever models that you have. So you wanted to just go to Azure Foundry, get the API key, and expose it to the code and use it. So that's where you can actually explorate one side of security by creating a chatbot also. Right? So this is one of the way. Yeah. So this is the thing that I have today. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. And so we have time. We can go with the demo also. Yes, yes. Let me open my side of video.
ఇన్పుట్ పెట్టినా ఇన్పుట్ పెట్టినా ఇన్పుట్ పెట్టినా నేను ఇన్పుట్ పెట్టాను ఇన్పుట్ అవుట్పుట్ ఇన్పుట్
So I told let's create a chatbot for VJIT college, right? So let's do the same use case. So I want okay. So I just gave this thing, so nothing else. Alright, so it started creating my agent. So no need of any code or nothing. So it's creating by its own. And but it will ask some details, so you need to provide it in just normal English. Okay, so it is asking me that should I name this bot as VJIT assistant? I say yes, confirm. Maybe it will ask for the VJIT website. Let me take this and put in a copy. Just a URL, that's it. And now it is asking it's asking to give the instructions. I told you, right? So there are 4 steps. One is creating a bot, and then the second thing is instructions. So if I am asking about the VJIT, it should not answer about the Malarati or some other college, right? So that's the entry. So I should. Not other information. I just gave it in simple English. Okay. Okay. So now it is asking for the public links. If you see the third step. So that's your knowledge. So I'm just giving you the link which is available. That's vjit.edu.in. So now, if you ask me what is the step that is going on, right? So now you said like my knowledge is trying. I say create. That's it. I'll show you a thing like how the bot is going to answer questions about only VJIT. Okay. I'm not going to do anything else. I'll just check whatever details I have given to create the chatbot, whether it is working properly or not. Let's see. Only 3 steps I did, if you observe, right? So if you see on the left side, yeah, it's on the left side. So basically it took the GPT-4 model as a default. So if you want to change the model, you can do it. And sometimes this knowledge is not added. So let me add the knowledge. And knowledge can not be only the public links. It can be your SQL data. It can be your what you call it, public data, or it can be your PDF also. So you have your browsers, right? So college browser. You can put that as a training document for this. Let me use the public website link over here. So this is the website link. Add to agent. Okay, so now it is added. That's it. Now let's check whether it is giving me answers only about the Vjit college or not, and what else it is providing. So let me say what are all the So let someone answer me what are the courses that are available in your college? Sorry? Before you say, give me the answer if you see here. Right, so these are the courses. Right? So how much time it took for you to create the bot? Just very few seconds, right? So you can create your own bots with just English. You don't really need to use any skills, coding skills especially. But if you want to really use it, you can do it. Okay? And you can publish that, as I mentioned. There are a lot of channels available because I'm in the free tier, so I'm able to see all this here. So only few things, but there are almost 2,000 plus channels where you can deploy your chatbots, and then you can see the analysis also. So I'll just take one more minute to tell you about the analysis. This helps you to see how many interactions happen. Based on that, you need to improve your user experience, right? So that's another important thing when you, because why I wanted to specifically say this point is, when you're building some application, the user experience should be on a highest priority. No matter what is your backend code, how much good that you wrote, so what is the advanced language that you are using for backend, no matter what. So you should be very much focused on your UX, that's your user interface. And the second thing is, you should be very much focused on how the response time is. So if you are asking something, there's a lot of, it is responding in 2 to 3 minutes later. It doesn't make sense, right? So you should respond very, very quickly, and your application should be scalable. If 2 members are using it, and tomorrow 10 members came in and your application went slow, that doesn't mean, right? So you should be focusing on scalability and the response time and the user experience. So these are the 3 important things when you're coding. That's important, because these days what happening is AI gives you the same answer. If you are asking something, I want to create a registration page, so it gives you for you, and it gives a different answer in a different browser if you observe, right? So you should think in a way that, so will this solution really helping me in all the 3 aspects I told you? One is scalability, and the second thing is the response time, and the UI, how it is useful, is it easy for the user to use it. So these are the 3 things if you need to put it in your mind, because what I am saying is you are going to develop something in the next 24 hours, 48 hours, right? So that's the main thing that you wanted to build. Yeah. So that's it from me today. Yeah. So I'll be across till tomorrow. So you can come to me and ask me anything. Thank you so much, guys. Any questions, please? Any questions? No questions? Everyone knows? You have a question? Yeah, please. Mike. Can someone pass this one? Yeah. So was my session informative? At least you have learned something? Right? Okay, thank you.
So I have a little doubt about deployment part of it. things.
Yeah, sure.
So how are we deploying? Like, is it a API that we are using, or how are we doing it?
Basically, there are two ways, right? See, one thing, if you are using this tool and deploying it, so you don't need to worry about API calls or anything. So everything is handled by tool. When in terms of Azure AI Foundry, when you're deploying it, so it's your way. If you want to use APIs or if you wanted to use any Docker or Kubernetes to deploy it and then use those URLs to hit the user interface, that's your way. But in terms of tool, you don't need to really worry about it. Tool will take care of it.
No, because if I have my own website,
Okay.
how would I do it?
Okay, so that's a general question, right? So basically, you use Visual Code.
Yes.
Okay, so let me show you one important thing that could be also useful for everyone today. So if you wanted to deploy, because I have Azure right now with me, so I deploy that application on to Azure cloud. Okay, so for students it's free and yeah, you can use it. So the thing is, if you see my screen, there is a plugin for Azure extension. So there are extensions, you know that, right? So you need to install the Azure extension. Just give your Azure credentials there. That's it. And then once you click on that extension, it shows you all the resources that are available. That could be your app service. That could be your anything. To your question, so you are going to deploy your web application, right?
Yes.
So you use app service, which is again free. We have free tier, and yeah, it's loading. Yeah. So it shows your subscription basically when you have any subscription and shows the app services. So I have one app service called Red Coral here, right? So if you want to deploy to that, these creation and all you have to do it in Azure. And once you create that app service, you come here. Your app service will be visible here. Just right click on it. Before this, your code should be built. Okay, that you know,
Yeah.
right? So you should build your code, and then if your code is ready with build, so just deploy to web service. You don't need to again go to any pipelines and do that. So it itself creates the pipeline and deploy it. And once it is deployed, that you can browse it from here, browse the website, and then you can go to that link and use it. Just like this.
And is Copilot free?
Just a second. So this is the link that you will be getting. So you can use the same link. You don't need to use any specific domains also. Yeah, your question here.
Like, is it free for students and?
Yeah, students. Yes, Azure is giving free. I don't know whether you get it immediately or not, but Azure is free. Or else the second way you can deploy is use the Netlify. I will show you that. So because you heard about it, so you can use that platform that's free of cost. So that's you can deploy. You can put your. I'll show you that process also. Because this is helpful for everyone to deploy that in the next few steps. So if your application is on net, not net, at least Netlify. Okay, this is the one. So basically if you wanted to use this, so what are the prerequisites is, so your code should be on the GitHub, that's it. So if your code is on GitHub, so what you need to do is create, just go to add new project, okay. So import existing project and you will be seeing these links, GitHub, GitLabs and all that. So if your project is on GitHub, just click on GitHub. Like authorize it, so that means you're giving your lineage and GitHub credentials, and all your repositories will be shown here. So select the repository, click on next, it deploys, and the link will be also given like this. If you see, this is my portfolio website, so it gives you a link once everything is deployed. So if it is shown in the green, so that means your deployment is successful. So you can use the same link for presentations. Okay, this is free of cost. Because why I'm telling you Azure is not to go with Azure right away. The approvals may take time, but if you have already the credits, you can use it. I'm sure Vjit already has been involved in, was part of the Microsoft student community. I seen somewhere, so yeah, you can use those credentials. I guess you need to give your college ID and then sign up and get the $1,000 credit fee. But I'm not sure. Someone check it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, sir. Your words have set the perfect tone for today. We are truly grateful. And we sincerely thank you for taking the time to present and share your valuable knowledge with us. Your insights were truly enlightening and inspiring. I now request our beloved HOD, Dr. D. Arunakumari ma'am and Anamika Sharma ma'am to come onto the dais and felicitate our mentors. I request Venkat sir to come forward and accept the token of inspiration. Appreciation. Thank you, sir. I now request Navina Gulane ma'am to come onto the dais and accept the token of appreciation.